Hey guys, today on People Now.
Adele opens up about her postpartum depression.
There's gonna be times where, I say the wrong thing, because I'm human. And I don't pretend to be perfect.
Bieber says he's sorry to his fans.
Am I saying double and triple, Jeremy?
Heidi tells us why she decided to clone herself.
Kim K returns to social media, but wearing no bling.
Plus,
there's this, this fall boots trend where the toes are open.
Odd Mom Out star Jill Kargman is here.
She is so on point with the toes sticking out of the boots, Jeremy.
So it's like a high boot, but then their little pigs and blankets are sticking out.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Cover the toes in the cold weather, guys and girls. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Good to see you. Here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Adele's getting real, raw, and opening up about her personal life like never before for her December Vanity Fair cover interview. So here are 5 things the British superstar reveals in that exclusive interview, starting with number 1. Adele admits to suffering from postpartum depression after giving birth to her son, Angelo James, 4 years ago. The Hello singer telling the magazine, "I had really bad postpartum depression after I had my son, and it frightened me. My knowledge of postpartum, or postnatal as we call it in England, is that you don't want to be with your child. You're worried you might hurt your child. You're worried you weren't doing a good job. But I was obsessed with my child. I felt very inadequate. I felt like I'd made the worst decision of my life." Adele also goes on to admit that as much as she loves her child, she wishes she had a bit more freedom, but now she makes it a point to get herself some much-deserved alone time, saying this, "Eventually, I just said, I'm going to give myself an afternoon a week just to do whatever the F I want without my baby." A friend of mine said, "Really? Don't you feel bad?" I said, "I do, but not as bad as I'd feel if I didn't do it." Adele also opens up about her album 21, which launched her into pop stardom. The singer admitting that her new songs may never be as good as that album because she drank pretty heavily when writing it, telling Vanity Fair, "A drunk tongue is an honest one. I can see from an outsider's perspective that I will never write songs as good as the ones that are on 21, but I'm not as indulgent as I was then, and I don't have time to fall apart like I did then." And what music icon does Adele worship? You may or may not be surprised. She's Team Beyonce, just like the rest of us, telling Vanity Fair that she started loving Beyonce after Destiny's Child came out with their song No, No, No. And she says that, quote, "Beyonce is my Michael Jackson." We can only pray for an Adele-Beyonce collab. Be like, "Hello, let's get information." Okay, stop. Finally, Adele reveals that mommy guilt, no matter who you are, is the real deal and explains that it's something that she's been dealing with, especially since embarking on her world tour, saying this, "I'm enjoying touring, but at times I feel guilty because I'm doing this massive tour, and even though my son is with me all the time, on certain nights, I can't put him to bed. I never feel guilty when I'm not working. You're constantly trying to make up for stuff when you're a mom. I don't mind because of the love I feel for him. I don't care if I don't ever get to do anything for myself again." Guys, who doesn't love Adele? Really good to hear from her opening up in that way. Guys, moving on to this. After walking off stage in the middle of a concert in Manchester, England last week, Justin Bieber gave an emotional speech in Glasgow, Scotland on Saturday night where he explained his purpose and defended his recent behavior. Watch.
So as you guys know, this is called the Purpose Tour. And the reason why I named it the Purpose Tour is because I simply wanted to remind everybody that everybody has a purpose. No matter how old you are, no matter how young you are. And when you start saying things in life that matter, especially on a large scale, people tend to want to shut you down. And what I mean by that is people try to twist things. Some people don't want to listen. But I simply feel like if I didn't use this platform to say what I truly feel, and if I didn't use this platform to be the man that I know that I am, and speak from what's in my heart, that I'm doing myself an injustice, and I'm doing everybody in this audience an injustice. So there's gonna be times where, I say the wrong thing, because I'm human, and I don't pretend to be perfect. And I hope to God that, I don't say the right thing all the time, because if that was the case, then I'd be a robot. And I'm not a robot, and there's gonna be times where I get upset, there's gonna be times where I get angry, there's times where I'm gonna be frustrated, but I'm always gonna be myself on this stage. Always. And so when people try to twist things and say, hey, Justin's angry at his fans and doesn't want his fans to scream, that's not at all what I was doing. All I was simply doing was wanting people to listen and kind of hear me out a little bit. And certain people, certain cities aren't gonna wanna hear it, you know, and sometimes it's my job to just, okay, I catch a vibe and I'm not gonna try to force something, but I just appreciate you guys tonight listening to me and understanding and rocking with me. You guys are truly amazing. And I couldn't do it without you, so this last song is called Purpose, and I'm so lucky to be able to share this purpose with you.
We tracked it. He actually walked 3/4 of a mile while he made that speech. It was amazing what he did. From Bieber to Zayn Malik is opening up about his depression, eating disorder, and the immense pressure he felt being a part of One Direction in his autobiography, Zayn. The former boy bander spoke candidly with the Associated Press about never making time to eat, recalling in the book just how ill he looked around November 2014. Zayn recalling he was always so busy when he was on the road touring with One Direction that most of the time he would forget to eat, revealing it was just more down to losing track of, actually eating and being super busy and getting caught up with other things that 17 or 18-year-olds do, which normally entails them going out, drinking, or partying. So it was a mixture of everything. Zayn downplayed his potential illness, saying he doesn't think he ever had an eating disorder, makes it known that he was never diagnosed with one. When Zayn was asked if he still keeps in touch with his former bandmates, he says, yeah, we're talking, some of us are. Zayn goes on to say how he was not prepared for solo stardom and even canceled performances due to anxiety. And he reveals, I'm great actually at the moment. The anxiety obviously came from just performance aspect of things, just not really understanding what that was going to be like as a solo performer and just being apprehensive as anybody is going into something new. So all kinds of artists just kind of opening up,
everyone's
spilling their
opening
hearts.
up. I know, it's nice. It's
I want to know
refreshing.
which 1D band members he is and is not speaking to currently.
That would be the next thing to find out.
Email us that list whenever you'd like.
Let us know.
Zayn, Andrea, Boehlke, even more for us today.
Yes. So we are learning more about Prince Harry's new relationship with girlfriend Meghan Markle. A close friend of Harry's confirms to People that the couple's relationship is still in its early days and that they've been dating for a couple of months. The Los Angeles native has posted several pics on her Instagram hinting at a romance with the prince. Since it was revealed that they're a duo, many have made it a point to note all the similarities between the two, including their love of dogs, both being great with children, and that they are both passionate humanitarians. We'll make sure to stay with People.com for all updates on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's romance. All right, moving on to this. So nearly a month after being held at gunpoint and robbed in Paris, Kim Kardashian West is breaking her social media silence. Kim shared this photo of herself on Facebook Monday night and captioned it downtime #LumiCollab, giving a shout out to her cell phone case, which lights up for selfies. Kim looks amazing, doesn't seem to be wearing any bling, but this appears to be an old photo as her beloved 2011 BlackBerry Bold, which she mourned the loss of in August, can be seen in her lap. There you see it. Well, after sharing the photo, 2 posts from Kim's website were also shared on her Facebook page. One was a last-minute Halloween costume guide from Kim's assistant, Stephanie Shepard, and the other was a post from sister Kourtney Kardashian linking to a Halloween family video from their childhood. We'll stay on People.com for all the latest on Kim and her family.
Guys, we are here with the one and only Jill Kargman. So good to see you.
You too.
Thanks for being here. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
I was commenting on your Halloween attire, but this is just you all the time.
Yeah,
Not
I
Halloween
wear
at
black probably 365 days a year.
And
this has a dash of color that's very bold.
It does.
For me.
It's almost like we could say we're moving toward the holidays now because the red, it's almost
right.
like...
The red lips and stripes are my
We'll say that.
nod to Christmas.
There we go. There you go. That is Jill Kargman getting into the holiday spirit already. She's hilarious, and to make our Friday mornings even better, she's going to have a new Sirius XM radio show on Andy Cohen's Radio Andy channel, and her self-titled show is our Toyota People Pick of the Day. Her fans love the way she riffs on everything from fashion to babies and freewheeling all the bad words she wants. Watch this.
I feel like I love TV and I love working on Odd Mom Out, but by the time my script is filmed and put on the air, there are, probably 10 pairs of eyeballs who put in notes.
Sure.
And with the radio, I can just go totally freewheeling. I can say any bad words I want, and I just feel really uncensored and my wings aren't clipped.
You talk about the differences from Odd Mom Out. Are there any similarities? Fans of the show, what are they going to see or hear in your radio show that perhaps is...
The radio show is just me going off about things. So it's the same voice.
Okay.
People find it familiar.
Same voice, content-wise. What are we covering? What are you really into
Everything.
dishing on?
I mean, anything that happened this week or shows I did to promote it, who was nice, who's a not you.
Jeez, I've never been nice before. And
No,
after.
it can be anything.
What's getting your goat right now, if you were to dish on something?
Well, there's this, this fall boots trend where the toes are open. So it's like a high boot, but then their little pigs and blankets are sticking out. It's like, makes no
too cold.
sense.
Cold, might
I don't
be
get
wet,
it.
outside rainy.
And saying your baby's 26 months, which you did not do. You said 4 and 1, which makes me happy.
Oh, right, when we talked, because people continued, this was one of the biggest pet peeves I had when I first became a dad. Like, let's stop with the months.
It's so annoying.
It's after,
Just
for me,
round
it's like
up or
after
down.
a year, like, almost 2, or whatever.
It's weird.
So what's the cutoff? 2 years? Or
I mean, for me, I just say 1. I always round
just
it
1
up.
until they're 2.
Yeah.
And guys, stay with us. Reese Witherspoon's BFF Candace Nelson is serving us a great story about Reese's grandmother. Plus, Beyoncé and her family go all Barbie on us for Halloween, and it is all kinds of fantastic. Stick around.
Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. You're amazing, just the way you are.
Don't miss all the latest amazing stories right at your fingertips. People love people.
That's me and Sprinkles founder Candace Nelson frosting some of her famous red velvet cupcakes. But when the pastry chef recently stopped by our kitchen, I had to get the scoop on her famous BFF, Reese Witherspoon, and if the two ever swap some girl boss advice. Take a look.
We talk about business all the time. She is such a smart businesswoman. Talk about, female boss goals. She's amazing.
Did she help you through this cookbook process, kind of walk you through things?
Well, she absolutely did because she has given me a recipe for the cookbook. She actually contributed her grandma Draper's praline cake recipe, which is delicious. It's basically like a cooked sugar candy frosting. You have to frost the cake really fast though, because as you frost, it starts to harden up just like a true candy. But it is so good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever bake together?
We haven't baked together, but we've certainly eaten a lot together.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben Higgins.
And I'm Lauren, and this is the People Now Confess Sesh. One thing no one would know about Ben is he rubs his feet together all the time. He's like a nervous habit where he's doing it right now. He rubs his feet together.
I'm
like
hyperactive.
his toes.
I burn calories at every moment, so I have to move a lot. It drives me crazy that Lauren expresses how she feels about everything. She's cold, she's hot, she's sad, she has a headache, she's hungry, she's nervous,
I'm really full.
she's really full.
I'm
Like,
stuffed.
there's no in between, just good moment of hey, life's just clicking along. Lauren makes sure that you know how she is, no matter what.
I'm a little dramatic. The one thing Ben can't live without: whiskey.
Lauren
Me.
would be the better answer, yeah.
Whiskey, me, or
A
a
toolbox.
set of tools.
Yeah.
My favorite quirk about Ben is, I tease him about it, but he wears these glasses to bed after he takes his contacts out, and he's had them since, I think, 2nd grade?
No, fourth grade.
4th, sorry. He's had them since 4th grade, so they're little kid glasses. They're like little spectacles. And I tease him, I give him such a hard time about him, but I secretly love it because it makes me laugh.
It's that time again. The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Tracks.
Halloween is really ramping up. We've got Martha Brady.
Gigi is an undercover makeup artist.
Yep.
And a Boy Scout.
Yep.
That's Taylor Swift and her iconic girl squad getting ready for this year's Halloween festivities. The creative group posed for a super cute Halloween pic. We got Martha Brady, a space cadet, a granny, a black swan, a cat, and yes, that's Taylor Swift in a Deadpool costume. But where did our favorite country girl get a costume that looks so real? Well, from the real Deadpool star himself, Ryan Reynolds, of course. Swift thanked Reynolds on Instagram, captioning the photo, "Thanks Ryan Reynolds for this costume. You're the best Deadpool inside contact ever." We'll talk about some serious connections there. And Swift's bestie, Blake Lively, even joined in on the fun, commenting, #husband upgrade on the hilarious photo. Well, looks like everyone had such a great time, but we cannot leave out the queen of Halloween, Heidi Klum. So Heidi is known for pulling out all the stops when it comes to her elaborate costumes and annual Halloween party. And this year, the star-studded bash was hosted in New York City, and fans of the supermodel were incredibly curious to see what she would come up with next. But as she stepped out for the big reveal, we found out that she came as, drumroll please, as herself. Yes, the blonde bombshell snagged 5 models and with the help of prosthetics, transformed them into mini fellow Heidis. It's pretty brilliant. Even from the back, it's kind of hard to tell who is who. The creative project runway host tells people how she came up with the idea, saying that people always ask how she juggles it all. Then she thought, I wish I could just clone myself. Wait, I can. I'm gonna do that for Halloween. Looks like #Heidi Halloween was another major success. Of course, there's another queen that we cannot leave out, Queen Bee. Beyoncé and her family dressed up as Barbie dolls for the big day, complete with cardboard boxes and signature poses. Beyoncé rocked it in a striped black and white full-piece swimsuit, cat-eye sunglasses, and bright red lipstick, giving us all major Halloween goals. And the family of 3 made sure to snap lots of pics of their killer costumes. This year was great. I know I cannot wait to see what next year has in store for them. And also check out Room star Jacob Tremblay, the adorable 10-year-old dressed up as Top Gun's mini Maverick with his dad. But he didn't just dress up the part, he played it. Jacob made sure to totally embrace the character, even challenging Tom Cruise for his role in this cute Instagram post. And finally, it looks like little Luna Simone is already following in her father's musical footsteps. Luna's grandma, Via, posted this cute snap on her Instagram with the caption, "Piano lessons." Looks like grandma is very proud of little Luna. And we cannot forget the amazing costumes that Chrissy and John's daughter rocked this Halloween. Grandma Via posted this on her Insta. We see baby Luna as a banana, all ready for a luau, and as a little Red Riding Hood. Super cute. And those are your star tracks for today.
Guys, we recently had an angel among us, one of Charlie's angels, Cheryl Ladd, who played Chris Monroe for most of the iconic show's run. And when I just sat down with Cheryl, she revealed what the show means to her all these years later and the moving fan letters that she still gets today. Watch this.
Acceptable jobs for women were teachers, nurses, secretaries. I mean, there was still a lot of that going on, and Charlie's Angels kind of blew that all up. I get letters all the time from women police officers and detectives.
That's incredible, saying that they were inspired by the show, by these characters. It's sort of paving a way in a new direction for a lot of women, and that's an incredible thing.
And seeing women in a feminine but very powerful.
Right. Where do you, or I guess what stands out to you when you think back about your time on that show, now when you look back?
Well, first of all, I can't believe how young I was. I had a 2-year-old daughter. I was in my 20s, and the world just exploded around me.
How did you stay focused or stay grounded during that time? I mean, all of a sudden, all the doors just start swinging open, right? It's everyone's dream.
Yes. I think I was so busy that I really didn't deal with how famous.
Yeah, it was like the work.
And it was a different time then. It's not quite as, celebrities were not quite as accessible, nor were they kind of chased and tracked down. And, you know, I would ask photographers at that time not to take pictures of my daughter when she was little, and they wouldn't. I mean, they were respectful, and I said, I chose this for myself. She didn't choose the spotlight, so please don't take her picture. And they said, oh, of course we won't. And, you know, that doesn't happen today, sadly.
Really is crazy how much has changed since then. Cheryl also was part of the phenomenon that was the People versus O.J. Simpson. She played Lynell Shapiro, wife of famed defense attorney Robert Shapiro, who was played by John Travolta, when she also gave us a little inside info. The O.J. case was season 1 of Ryan Murphy's American Crime Story. Hurricane Katrina is going to be covered in an upcoming season, and also the Versace murder is going to be covered moving forward. Ryan loves reusing actors. That's something that he's done in the past. Any chance we're going to see you pop up
I
again?
sure hope so.
Yeah? No word yet?
I sure hope so.
Oh, wink, wink. Ready
Yes,
to go.
I'm ready to go. I would work with that man anytime. He's genius.
There are a lot of people in Hollywood doing kind of what he does, but he does it in a unique enough way that actors seem to
It's
love
like
with.
there's a great painter and a great painter. And one great painter does it with different strokes. That's all the only way I can explain it. Ryan has a different, he does different strokes.
And clearly the man's able to do many different things, and they're always a hit. Coming up tomorrow, guys, Kelly Pickler reveals why she is so passionate about our men and women in uniform. Plus, Olivia Holt opens up about her first headlining tour.
Well, thank you so much for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Jack Osbourne. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Hey, this is Jack Osbourne, and this is One Last Thing. The last song stuck in my head was This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. Singing that for the last couple days now, annoyingly. Last time I took a family vacation was in August. Me and my wife and kids went to Hawaii. Last time I laughed so hard I cried, I think it was, I was looking at this page on Instagram, which is really funny, and it's a lot of surf fails, and I was just showing videos to my wife, and we were just hysterically laughing.